Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Ultimate Affiliate Marketing. It's your host here today with a special guest doing another daily podcast. So those of you that are listening on the podcast, or if you're in Clubhouse, make sure you drop us a follow on there so you can get more of these interviews and as we go. So today I've got Alan Dean on the show, and Alan is one of those people which actually saw a problem and figured out how to fix it. And between you and me, I believe that he has saved so much time for a lot of people with his Facebook Chrome extensions. And in fact, I'd like to say that he has saved everybody from Facebook. So Alan, are you there? How's it going, man?
I am. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate the opportunity, brother.
Oh, that's awesome, man. It's been so cool sort of like seeing how you've been getting on and everything that you've been doing. And it's been like a bit of a journey as well. And suddenly, this Chrome extension came out, and for me, it was a real game changer. Do you want to sort of explain like how that process started out, and give us a little bit of your backstory while you're here?
Sure. Well, we'll start with the backstory a little bit. So I'll just kind of give you how I got into this space at all, in case anybody's not familiar with my story, and I'll try to give the Cliff Notes version so it doesn't take too long. But I've had a successful professional career, so I've done tens of millions of dollars in sales in my career, and so I'm good with sales. I'm no stranger to that. I can sell ice to an Eskimo, but my wife worked the same job for 22 years. We've been married for 15 years. She worked the same job for 22 years, and we have right now 8-year-old twin girls and 11-year-old son. And so she was going to work in the morning. She wasn't getting home until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night every night. Okay, and about a year and a half ago, she kind of came to me and she just said, look, man, I'm done with this. Like, I want to be a mom, right? Like, I want to be the one to pick the kids up from school. I want to make dinner. I want to spend time with the family. I don't want to just come home and say hi to them and put them to bed. I'm missing out on life with my children, and mind you, she made a 6-figure income as well. We both did. And so this is not McDonald's salary that we're giving up, right? Otherwise we would just say, okay, fine, quit. So there was substantial income there, life-changing income for some people. And so she basically just came to me and just said, this is what I want. And naturally, I want to support her in that decision. That's a great thing, right? For her to want to spend more time with the kids. And so I set out on a journey to supplement her income. I wanted to replace her income with additional income so that I could afford her that opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom. And so that's how I got into the online world about a year and a half ago or so. When I came here, I didn't know anybody. I had no list. Nobody invited me here. I didn't know a soul. This was all brand new space to me. And so I just literally hit the ground running. And, we can go into the details of that, here and there through question, I'm sure. But, I was motivated to support her in what she wanted to do. And I was driven to do that. And that's what brought me to where I'm at today. Right about at the 1-year mark, I had made 6 figures in income and revenue online, and we were able to, she was able to quit her job. And so about April of this year, she quit her job and she's been a full-time stay-at-home mom ever since. And so that's been awesome. And I've only continued to grow since then. And as far as the Chrome extension goes that you're talking about, sort of my claim to fame at the moment, I interview a lot of entrepreneurs and, kind of very, very successful people myself. And one of the people that I interviewed was Myron Golden. Great guy, extremely knowledgeable guy. And we were talking, and he was telling me a couple of things that just sort of really stuck in my head. One of them was sort of the obvious thing that you hear a lot, which is just that you need to identify a pain, identify a problem, and provide a solution, right? And that's our job as marketers. It's our job as entrepreneurs and business owners. We're just there to provide a solution to a problem. And then the other thing that he said was, you need to find the fastest path to cash. That's a tongue twister. Don't say it too fast. Fastest path to cash. And, we all want to make tens of millions of dollars and all that, but we don't need to look there. We need to find the fastest path to cash, start making money, and then we grow and scale from there, right? And so I had these things in my mind, and I was sitting on Facebook one day, and I'm pretty active. And as anyone that's listening or watching knows, if you're active on Facebook, the more active you are, the more friend requests you get, right? Because people see you talking, they see you commenting and whatever. And so you start getting a lot of friend requests. And so I'm sitting there one day and I have like 700 pending friend requests on my Facebook. And I'm like, there's no way that I can justify my time. Nobody can justify their time to sit here and vet 700 friend requests, right? Do I know them? Do we have mutual friends? Do they have a real picture? Did they just join like 1 month ago? Whatever, right? And so I'm faced with two options. Everybody's faced with two options. We either just accept all the friend requests and get what we get, and we get some mail order brides and some pastors from Bolivia that want our money and whatever else, right? Or we just ignore them all, which is what most everybody does, unless it's somebody in specific that they know and they're kind of looking for it or whatever. They'll accept that individual friend request here and there, but the rest of them, 99% of them, just get ignored and they sit there. The problem with that, what I realized was, other than the handful of junk that's in there, of course, there's some fake accounts and there's some spammers and whatever. Other than that, most of the people that are in there genuinely wanted to establish a relationship with you. They reached their hand out to say, hi, I saw something you posted. Hi, I saw a video. I saw an interview. I saw something, that made me want to connect with you. And guess what? That's a free organic lead sitting right there in your friend request box that you didn't even realize you had. And so that's an opportunity for a sale for you, for whatever product or service it is that you're selling, right there in your friend request box. And so how many of you have hundreds, if not thousands, of free leads sitting there completely going to waste? And so basically what I set out to do was solve that problem. I looked and there was literally nothing out there to help with dealing with the friend requests. And so I created a software that completely automates that entire process. And so when people send you friend requests, the software automatically responds to you. It sends them a message, and you kind of know how it works, Paul, but you can load up to 10 different messages and it will alternate through them. And basically it just responds to them. And so that way you can ensure that people that you're accepting as friends are real people, they're genuine people, they're people that are going to engage with you, because that's also the most important thing with Facebook. And everybody else, you don't have to worry about. So anyway, that's kind of the Cliff Notes version, how I got here, and sort of a brief rundown of what the software does.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, I can totally appreciate where you're coming from, because, I mean, back in the day, a lot of people were teaching us sort of like, collect friends on Facebook. You've got like 5,000 limit, and we sort of like became friend collectors. This is going back 2-3 years ago at least. Every person that Facebook would possibly suggest, they got a message or they got a request, and everyone that came back at us with a request, they got accepted. And I shot up to like 5,000 people real quick. It was like a matter of months, and I was hitting that plateau. But what I was finding was that as the algorithm changed, a lot of those people weren't seeing what I was posting. They weren't interacting. There wasn't the reach, if you like. And it was only then I thought, do you know what? These people are clearly not interested in what I'm doing or what I have to say. And there's an even smaller group of people which I actually regularly have contacts via private messaging. So I've got to do something about it. And I saw something else which was out there at the time, and it was just like basically a big cull, which allowed me to drop down from like 5,000. I think it went all the way down to like 400 people. And then you start doing it again. And although you can't control who is actually sending you a friend request, what you can control is who you accept. And again, that was the problem that I found was, I mean, even now I have like probably 900 requests, and there is no way that I'm going to spend every day for the next 3 months just going through each one, sending them the message, asking them about what they do and what they're looking for and all that sort of thing, the reason why they sent the request in the first place, and then waiting for that answer, filtering in my head who I had accepted and who hadn't, because you would have to go to their profile to see again if they were now connected, and then building it up again from that. And what I liked was when I saw your product came up, it just allowed to take the heat off. I no longer had to manually worry about these things. Something else took it out. I mean, it was like having a VA. It was kind of like, you could pay a VA, I don't know, $4 or $5 an hour for 30 hours a month, and they still probably wouldn't clear the lot. So that's why I thought when the Chrome extension came out, it was like such a no-brainer. It was like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. I'm getting it. Let's go. Right. So just explain to me a little bit about the extension itself and the functionality and what it actually can do for you?
Sure. So there's kind of two main functions with it, right? So the first issue, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, is that we're maxed at 5,000 friends on Facebook. That's the max that we can have.
Yeah.
And our main goal, if you're online and you're trying to make money online at all, which is probably most anybody that's going to be listening to this podcast, if you're online trying to make money, then you're trying to get engagement, because organic is free sales, right? And so everybody wants to do organic sales, and we want to get our message out to as many people as possible, right? That's the metric above all metrics when it comes to online marketing, is getting our message out and getting our message in front of other people, whatever that message is for you. And so we have to make sure that, when we do posts, or whatever we're doing on social media and Facebook in particular, we want to make sure that gets in front of as many people as possible. And we want to make sure that the people that are on our friends list are going to engage with our content. Okay. So I don't want a bunch of people that are just going to sit in the shadows and watch and not do anything. I need likes, comments, and shares, period, in a paragraph. If people are not going to be doing that, then they don't need to be on my personal friends list. You can follow me, and then that way you can like and comment, share whatever you want. But I need active, very highly active people on my friends list. And so that's the first thing that the extension is doing, is ensuring that you're going to get those kind of people. Because if you send me a friend request and I send you a message and I say, hey, thanks for sending me a friend request, tell me a little about yourself, what made you want to send me a friend request, whatever, right? If they won't even respond to that message, what makes you think they're going to like, comment, and share my stuff? They're not. Okay. So the first thing we're doing is just ensuring that they're going to be active with us. Okay. If not, once again, they have no spot on my personal profile. And believe it or not, most people don't. They just won't even respond to a simple message. They just kind of throw friend requests out like a potato chips. I mean, they're just everywhere. They just kind of send them all the time. And so we're narrowing that field down a whole lot. The other thing that we're doing is when we send that message, we have the opportunity to drive them to our offers or to our YouTube channel or whatever it is that you're wanting to promote, right? You could say, hey, my name's Paul Motley. Well, they know your name is Paul Motley, but hey, thanks for the friend request. Have you seen my Facebook group? It's, I teach entrepreneurs, or I teach affiliate marketers how to do affiliate marketing, and whatever, right? Whatever it is that you may do. If you haven't, click here and you can put a link in there and get them to join your Facebook. Have you seen my YouTube channel? I go live, or I put a video out once a week and I teach about X, and X, and here's the link to my YouTube channel. Whatever it is that you're trying to do. Maybe you have an offer. Have you seen my Chrome extension, Friend or Foe? Click here, check it out, etc. You get the idea. There's ways that we can do that are non-spammy, right?
Yeah.
And so we can respond and make sure that these are people that are going to engage with us, but we can also drive them to our offers, or like I said, your YouTube channel, Facebook group, wherever it is that you want to drive them. So we're getting free organic sales. The software is helping you get free organic sales every day. And that's what it does for me. I literally get sales every single day from people that see these messages that the extension sends out, and it drives them to my offers. And so it's kind of a win-win, right? Like there's really no downside to that. I'm managing the friend requests. I don't have to spend my time doing it. I'm ensuring that I'm only going to get the most active people on my friends list, and I'm getting free sales. And so that's the main functions of the software and what it's doing for me every day.
I think that's so cool, man. And it just, it actually wakes me up a little bit and think to myself, gosh, I need to change my settings a little bit, and probably and send people to the podcast as well. So when they get a request, it just sends them to the podcast. And those people, like you said, if they are eager enough to send me a request and then follow it through with actually reading the message, then maybe they will click through to something where they haven't actually got to then go and buy something to start with, because obviously you can't start a relationship like that. Or you could just really simplify it down and use it as a completely simple conversation starter, and just asking them about them, and then awaiting the answer, because that might get a little bit more. Now, I'm actually in the Facebook group and the all the good stuff about their Friends of Foe there, and sometimes I do chuckle to myself about some of the crazy responses that come through. So what would you say has been the One of the most amusing responses to one of your messages so far?
Oh man, it's like you said, it's so funny. Like literally, we have a private Facebook group, which you're alluding to, and the Facebook group is only for users of the software. And in there, the users tend to share a lot of screenshots a lot of time of some of these messages that we get from the fake accounts and the junk, right? And I'll tell you one thing. The people from across the pond over there, I'll just say that much. They have completely ruined the American term of endearment, dear. Word, they have ruined it. Over here it was a cool word, and now you get all these messages that just say hi, dear, and it's like almost like when you see that, you already know, like, all right, it's over.
Yeah, that's it.
I already know what this is about.
I think I saw one of those the other day, and you think, yeah, hi, dear, and then if you start engaging, then pretty soon they're going to be asking for money or something, which is crazy. But how difficult
sometimes we engage with them just for fun. Just we already know it's fake, and we know what's about to go on. But there's people in the group, Ira and some of our comedians in the group, and they'll engage in conversation just a little bit and just just I don't know, just kind of completely lead them down some obscure path just for fun, and it's amusing.
That'll probably be most likely Lyndon Scott.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Big shout out to Lyndon there. So what I wanted to know is a little bit about the technical side of things, because it's all very well saying, oh, I'm just going to do this. How did you even get to the point where you were able to build a Chrome extension yourself? I mean, are you technically minded? Is it something that you're used to doing as programming, or how did you go about it all?
No, I'm not a programmer. My dad actually is, although he's not the one that wrote these for me. But I'm not a programmer or a coder. It's kind of like Spanish, right? Like I can speak a little bit of Spanish and I can read Spanish really well, but I'm not super fluent in it, and I definitely couldn't write it. I can understand it. And so that's kind of how I'm with code, right? Like I can understand if you put the code in front of me, I can read it and I can understand what the software is trying to do and what the programming is saying to do, but I couldn't write it from scratch myself. I don't know it that well.
Yeah.
And so it's not my area of expertise. Sales is my area of expertise. And so I have a team of developers, actually a whole team of them that do that kind of stuff for me. And so what I do is I kind of come up with ideas, and I also reach out to my users and I ask them for ideas. I say, hey, how can we make this better? What are some features or some functions that you think would, be beneficial to this software or whatever? Because I'm not going to think of everything, right? That's the beauty of having users, and because they might think of something I didn't think about. And so, I have this open thread in our group, and where people can suggest features. And so I take those, every single one of them, every single one. I sit down with the developers and I say, okay, hey, look, is this something that can be implemented? First, is it even possible, first of all? And second of all, can we do it, for not $1 million? Like, is it reasonable to include this feature or whatever? And if it is, then we add it every single time. And right now I just rolled out my 51st revision of Friend or Foe. And wow. So it's been revised 51 times since we implemented it. And all of those are because we're adding stuff, fixing stuff, making stuff better, or whatever. And so we're just constantly working on it, constantly trying to improve it, constantly trying to innovate and keep it ahead of everyone else. Obviously we were the first in the world to do the things that this extension does. Since then, we've got some kind of copycats that run around and some people that have created some that do something similar and whatever. But, I'm always 2 steps ahead of those people. I'm always creating. I'm never sitting still. We're always innovating and always adding more features. And we got a lot more features that are coming to it in the very near future. And so yeah, that's kind of how we do it. But I have a whole team of people, team of programmers. I have, graphic artists. I have a lot of people that I can lean on to help me, with funnels or whatever else that I might need help with. And so that's what I kind of do with it.
That's cool, man. I also, am I right in saying that there was something to do with LinkedIn that was added recently as well?
Yeah, it functions on LinkedIn as well. So it functions on Facebook and LinkedIn. There was a high request for that. LinkedIn is a lot of more business oriented, and stuff. And so it's more of a great place to drive traffic on LinkedIn. And so, cause that's, like I said, more business minded people. And so you can use the messages on LinkedIn to drive people to your groups, to offers, to your websites, or, whatever the case may be. And so LinkedIn was a feature that we wanted to include. And so, it works on Facebook and LinkedIn. And then our other software, the Happy Birthday, also works on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Okay. Probably the clue's in the title there, but what does the Happy Birthday extension do?
Yep. So pretty much like it sounds, it's once again, it was the first in the world to do what it does, which is it actually will post on someone's timeline, not just send them a message, but it will actually post on their timeline automatically for you every single day. So what it does is every day it goes through your friends list on Facebook or LinkedIn, but in Facebook in particular, it goes through your friends list. It identifies everyone as a birthday, and then you have your pre-typed messages that you want to put out there, and it will go and it will post on all those people's timelines every single day, a birthday message from you to them. And it will even tag them by name so that they'll get notified when the post goes through and everything. And so this is a great way, not only for the obvious feature of making sure you don't miss a friend or loved one's birthday, but the other idea behind it, same as Friend or Foe, is we're focused on engagement. And so what this is doing is it's engaging with everyone on your friends list, all year long, right? So every day I've probably got 10 to 15 birthdays every single day that are on there. And most of the people I don't know, but this software is going to go and it's going to write a post every single day and tag those people. And that's helping me with engagement. It's helping me connect with people that are on my friends list that maybe I don't know very well and stuff like that. So that's the function of Happy Birthday.
I think that it's probably underplayed on just how important that actually is, that part of that automation. Because again, there is no way that you could, let's say if you maxed out at 5,000, there's no way you could automatically engage with all those 5,000 people in one go. But you know that you will engage with every one of those 5,000 people over the next 365 days, because guess what? Everyone has one birthday a year, right? So keeping that engagement up. And again, this is something that we're taught so much with organic marketing about, spending time on other people's posts, interacting with their profiles and stuff like that. That must help way more than what people give it credit for. So, I think that the Friend or Foe thing is incredible, but also let's not bring the Happy Birthday extension up as a also ran. It's kind of like almost right there with it as well. So it's kind of like super important, and I should probably definitely get it myself.
Yeah. Get with me and I'll make sure you get it. But, time is our most valuable asset, right? That, and time is not money. Anybody that says that phrase has no concept of either, really, in my opinion. Because when you understand the value of time and the value of money, you'll spend all the money in the world to get more time. Right? Because time is the only thing we can't get more of. It's the only thing that we lose and we can't get back. I can get more money. I can't get more time. And so time is what I need. Time is what's precious to me. Time is what I can't afford to waste. And so anything that I can do to automate and not sacrifice, being genuine, right? And so wishing people happy birthday, that's cool. It's still an extension of me. I wrote that message, right? So it's still me wishing them happy birthday. And if they were to respond to that, I would be picking up manually at that point, if they engaged in conversation or whatever. And so, a lot of people, that's sort of a something that gets brought up, right? They're like, it's automated. Like people, it's not genuine, it's not really you. And I'm like, well, it really is me. It's an extension of myself. That's what a Chrome extension is. It's an extension of myself that I'm using. I write these messages. I have the intention of wishing people happy birthday. It's no different than if someone buys a product from you on your website and then you send an automatic thank you email that says, hey, thanks so much for your purchase. Well, you didn't say it's automated. It's automated, right? Does that mean the thank you wasn't genuine from you? Of course not. It was. And so, same thing with these softwares, right? It's genuine. It's from me. I intended to send these messages and I intended to connect with you. That's the whole reason I made these, was to connect with you. So, you can't say that I'm not being genuine and not wanting to connect. And so that's what we're doing. But like I said, the whole point and concept is to save me more time so that I can use my time wisely, use my time for something that will yield a return for myself. And sitting there all day long, combing through friend requests and combing through birthdays is just not going to yield a return for anybody, unfortunately. But we don't want to sacrifice the relationships either. So that's why the softwares were built.
It can, like you said, it can open doors to, generally having relationships or conversations with people, which could be obviously mutually benefit further down the line as well. And the reason why I like these two examples is because when you actually put the happy birthday message in there, you're writing it, right? So it is kind of personal. Okay, a lot of people could get it, or no, you can rotate the messages and stuff like that. So you can make it so it's not so generic every single time.
Right.
And the same with the sort of like the welcome message or your friend request message and stuff like that. And the reason why I like those, other than some of the other Chrome extensions that I've seen, is because it's no harm, no foul, right? Everyone's going to be happy to get a comment on their birthday.
Absolutely.
Most people are going to respect that you sent them a message if they have instigated the connection in the first place. One of the things that I've seen around, which I don't particularly like, is automated message on people's posts, right? I'm not a big fan of that, because the post might be some disastrous news. They might have just gone into hospital, or they lost a loved one. And then you get this, oh, well, that's great comment come up automatically. It's like, nobody wants that, right? So I don't think there's still yet an AI that could possibly decipher between the two to make your life as an organic marketer on Facebook totally automated. But I think that the two things that you've got there certainly start opening those doors. They certainly helped a lot of people, saved a lot of people a lot of time. And I would see and say from the testimonials that I've seen on the Friend or Foe extension, that people have actually then gone on to make an incredible return on investment as well. So it is something that's worth getting out to people. And I think it's worthwhile that I mentioned now, I may well put this in the show notes or in the YouTube description, so that people can go and get this extension. But if you just want to tell them where they can go and how they get it in the first place, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, sure. So the website for either one, you can go to www.friendorfoeextension.com, and happy birthday is basically the same, www.happybirthday.extension.com. So either one of those will take you, and you can view the softwares. I will tell you, I'll give you a little bit of a secret. Friend or Foe, if you were to sign up, it has a monthly or an annual option that you have to choose one or the other. It also comes with a 14-day free trial. But after you choose the monthly or annual option, it gives you a one-time offer. It's an upsell. It gives you a one-time offer to purchase it for lifetime. When you purchase for lifetime, you also get happy birthday for lifetime for free. And so just want to let you guys know that, so that way anybody that's listening, if you're thinking about either one, I would suggest checking out Friend or Foe first, because if you decide to take the lifetime option, you'll get happy birthday for lifetime for free. And so you don't have to buy happy birthday at all. So pretty good deal.
That's very good of you, man.
And very easy to make a return on investment on these. I mean, it's minimal. I mean, Friend or Foe, $17 a month. How much would you spend a VA to respond to all these messages? You would spend a lot more than $17 a month. So that alone pays for itself. Forgetting the opportunity to earn affiliate commissions, right? I have a great affiliate program. I pay up to 50% commissions on all of my stuff. It's recurring. So this is a subscription model for Friend or Foe, so people pay monthly to use it, and I pay monthly commissions to everyone that signs someone up. My affiliates this year have done almost $60,000 in sales for a $17 Chrome extension.
That's crazy.
My affiliates have. Yeah. And so, I do great contests. I gave away a MacBook Pro the last time. Alex S. Elliott won a MacBook Pro in one of my contests. And, so I like to make it fun. I like to reward people. I'm not a greedy person. I've always believed when it comes to affiliate marketing that, a higher percentage, a higher, offer is always going to drive people to want to promote your stuff more. The people that are offering 10 or 20%, I'm not rolling out of bed for that, Yeah. And so, I try to be very fair. I try to offer, I give pre-built funnels. I give email sequences, I give everything that I can to try to help people be successful in promoting it. And so we have a lot of fun doing it as well. So yeah, save your time. It's already worth the money on that, but then you can go and promote it, make some money, and just pay for itself on top of that.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I think we're about ready. Alan, it's been amazing having you on. Loving your enthusiasm. I really love what you've got and how it works. I use it every day myself, so it's super cool. And once again, thanks for coming on, man.
You bet. Thanks again for the opportunity, Paul. And I've got a brand new extension that I'm releasing probably this week or next week. That it's a secret, but I got another one that's coming out that will also help you. And I've got a fourth one that I'm working on. So I've got 2 more coming out very, very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You're going to like
Oh man, 2021 is going to be amazing. Awesome.